So we're going to keep this show rolling right along, and I'm so glad to bring up this next performer to the stage. You will definitely enjoy his comedy. I enjoy his company, and you will now enjoy the talent of Bob Dean. Let him hear you, ladies and gentlemen.
Hey, show of hands, how many people out there actually hate the smell of cigarette smoke? It stinks, doesn't it? It's nasty, right? You are the first one that's going to hit me up at a party for a cigarette. No, I only smoke when I've been drinking or at a party because it makes me look cool. I quit about 2 years ago. And I'm immediately going to give you one because anything that I can do to further encourage the habit, I am entirely for. I am sick to death of anti-smoking Nazi commandos. I'm sorry. These commercials on TV. Speak up about that secondhand smoke, California. Bring it on, please. I'm sitting on the 405, sitting in traffic as we all have. A woman in a black Escalade next to me shouts out, "Smoking kills!" So I shouted back, "Not as much as a lease payment on that piece of crap, honey." She didn't think it was funny. I'm standing in the parking lot in Hermosa Beach, and these two adorable little girls, they walk right up and they look right at me and they're like, "We didn't appreciate you polluting our airspace." I was like, "So what are you, junior fascists of America? Where's your little uniform? Don't you have little merit badges, little patches for harassing people, being annoying?" Beat it! I've been a bartender last month for 30 years. 30 years I've been behind the bar. I tried the real job thing once. Man, it was so stinking boring. I tried committing suicide by jumping out of my office window, but it was on the first floor. Let me tell you, a real bartender, I'm sorry, but they hate it when you pick up a cocktail menu. Let alone you want to discuss wine. Amarone, schmamaroni, I don't care. One trip to Napa and they know everything. What kind of wine do you think goes with this? Well, I don't know. What kind of gum are you chewing? Somebody said, "What kind of wine do you like?" I said, "The kind that tastes like tequila." Oh, now it's all about mixology. Mixology, kids. Now, don't get me wrong. These young mixologists, they work very hard and they're very creative, but it sucks when you're at the bar and you're standing behind a little girl who says, "I want a rum, ginger-infused, egg white with top frappe with a cinnamon kitty cat face dance up on the top when all I want is a friggin' Hendrix on the rocks. Can I smoke in here? God." Oh my God, I tell people I'm queer so the women think they're safe. No, really, I'm queer. I don't know what gave that away. I am a bear. In the gay world, I am a bear. And a bear is a fat man with body hair. I'm half Serb and half Irish, thus the hairy back and the love of scotch. Right? I mean, I have so much hair on my body, it's ridiculous. I fell asleep at the pool last year and aliens made a crop circle on my back. They do exist, I'm telling you. Years ago, the first time I ever went into because this is a big deal for queer, went into a bear bar, a leather bar, you know. Of course, I'm in my khaki pants and my Lacoste sweater, and I'm tripping my balls off on ecstasy, and that's a whole another story. And I walk in the door, and I look around, and I see this big, nice-looking dude leaning against the bar, and he's all decked out, and he's got a big cigar in his teeth, and I'm like, "Okay, Bob, be brave, you can do this." So I walk right up, and I'm like, "Hey, what's up, leather dude?" And he took that cigar out of his teeth, and he goes, "Hi!" And I looked at him and I literally banged my head on the bar 3 times, boom, boom, and it hurt. And I go, "Dude, what is your deal? What's the point?" I mean, I swear to God, I'm the only queer in town that hates fags. You know, homo that's into carburetors. There's got to be one somewhere. Somewhere, anybody? I was feeling a little depressed, so I went to a shrink, and I'm like, Doc, you know, rainy days and Mondays always get me down. So he put me on Effexor. You know, then I was really depressed because I couldn't get a hard on. Damn side effects. They never tell you about the side effects. Side effects are marvelous. I'm going to write a book, Cooking with Ambien. I pop one of those, I'm out in 20 minutes. I wake up in the morning, I've got a tuna salad, a half-eaten ham sandwich, melted popsicles. I have no friggin' idea what the hell happened. And it's a fact. I just pray to God one of these days I'm going to wake up in a drive-thru somewhere. Good God. Thank you. Legalize marijuana. Let's do it. Yeah, that's a great idea. No offense. Now look, if somebody is really, really sick, I am entirely for it. It's wonderful. But for Christ's sake, 50% of the populace is idiotic enough as it is right now. Let's throw medical marijuana into the equation. Ah, yeah. Please. Like, well, booze is worse than pot. Booze is worse than pot. Well, at least booze makes you look pretty. Right? My nieces and nephews like, Uncle Bob, tell us about the 80s. Well, Ronald Reagan was president, and the movie Scarface was entirely factual. I mean, you could buy an ounce of marijuana this big for $40. Pink Peruvian cocaine was $50 a gram. If you were lucky, you might score some Maui Wowie or some Thai stick. And ecstasy was a real stuff from Houston that came in a capsule, not this crap you kids are doing today. I mean, I don't do drugs anymore. But when I did, this was me on drugs. Okay. This was pot. Oh Christ! I only have $67 in my checking account. I gotta wax my car. I should be back in college. Why wasn't I a better son before my parents died? This was me on cocaine. Yeah, you got any gin? You got any scotch? I don't hear anybody outside. Do you hear anybody outside? Can I smoke in here? And this was me on ecstasy. Dude, this sucks, man. What a ripoff. Do you feel anything? I don't feel anything, man. What a ripoff, man. $30, what a ripoff. I love you, man. Let's dance. Thank you, I'm Bob Dean.